Hello and welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name is Andrej.
And I'm Benoit.
And thanks so much for tuning in. This is the third game that we have of the top 8 U.S. Nationals, all the way at Origins in Columbus, Ohio. We don't have a lot of footage to go before this part because this game started real quick, but we did talk with the people, so let's see what that's about. So we are about to begin the Origins 2016 top 8 of the U.S. Nationals. I am joined by Ben. How's it going today?
Great, thanks.
So you're the second seed today, I believe, and you came into this with some interesting decks. I think you are running CI 7-point combo and Kate. Can you tell us a bit about the CI and the basis of how that combo works?
It's a power shutdown accelerated diagnostics combo deck. For those who don't know what the combo is, you play power shutdown, trash your whole deck, use Jackson Howard to bring 3 cards back in of your choosing, and play Accelerated Diagnostics to play those cards for free. And since you can bring a bunch of double operations like Shipment from Sansan, Accelerated Diagnostics ignores the double cost on those operations, and you basically play like a turn with 20 effective clicks, and then you just score 7 points with Efficiency Committee.
So this combo is really impressive, and you kind of have to puzzle out how it's going to work. There are some bad matchups involving Employee Strike or maybe even Noise and Clot, but the decks have become able to get around that. How do you deal with Employee Strike?
Well, I'm slotting 1 ELP today, which is just, I'm not playing it for the effect, I'm playing it because it's a current and it cancels the Employee Strike. You can also Biotic out an agenda to cancel it. There's already 2 Biotics in the deck list, and the 2 Biotics gives you a lot of flexibility. So those 2 plus ELP, plus the possibility to archive memories for ELP. If there's 2 Employee Strike, I'll be worried. If there's 1, I'm basically not worried at all.
Excellent. Well, we'll be excited to see those combos fire in the top 8. Right before we head out, is there anything you would like to say to the fans at home?
Let's give a shout out to everybody on StimHack. It's a great community for competitive Netrunner players. It's basically the people that keep me in the game.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Ben, and best of luck in the top 8.
Thanks.
So we are here right before the top 8 of Origins 2016 at the U.S. Nationals, and I'm joined with Eric. How's it going, Eric?
It's going really well. I never expected to get anywhere near this. I came to play for funsies.
Oh, wow. Well, you've been doing pretty well on that basis. So I hear today you are playing some Andromeda, and this is Rebirth, Andy. Rebirth has only been out for maybe a couple of weeks now. And can you tell me about your targets, what you do with that?
Well, it's only tangentially Rebirth. The deck does a lot of its own work. The Rebirth is situational. If I'm running really behind, I can Rebirth into Ian for some money. If I'm doing pretty well, I can Rebirth into Leela and try to get some, clutch bounce backs. And if I need to, I can Rebirth into Gabe and maybe get more out of siphons and stuff. It's very situational.
I've heard also you have a nice secret tech card in the name of networking, which lets you remove those tags for not a lot of money. Can you tell me how useful that's been in the Swiss so far?
Actually, it's been really clutch. I expected to need it against Sync, but I haven't seen any. But I've used it against Argus. I've used it when I've siphoned early to burn tags quicker and cheaper than I otherwise would. And I've used it when I hit it snare a couple of times. It's been really clutch.
Not too bad, and I know for sure we do have some sync in the top 8, so that might be going in your favor. Right before we head out, is there anything you would like to say to the fans at home?
Well, as you can see, this is a press pass because I do board game reviews for Alliance Distribution's Game Trade magazine. So if you just can't get enough of listening to my opinion about games, check out Game Trade magazine.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Eric, and best of luck in the top 8. Take care. And just like that, we are off. Ben Blum taking his first turn right there. You want to ice up HQ, maybe
sure.
Get some credits. So this game is going to be about account siphon heavily on the basis that you need money to hold cards in hand.
Yeah, and also this is a combo CI, so you know that the corp needs money, and account siphon is very efficient.
What an open! Both breakers in hand.
So fast.
All the 2 breakers that you'll probably need all game straight into account siphon. Ben there is down to 2 credits. If he doesn't, you're gonna go down to 2 cards? That's not good. And we are up at 13 credits there. I think you're gonna flow tags, but before we're gonna do a legwork.
Yep.
So
What a fast beginning.
What a beginning! I was going nuts watching this on the side. So that is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways to get up money when you're at low credits for the CI. First way you have is blue level clearance, which is not the best considering it'll draw you cards. And at this point, you probably just want to click for credits.
You get to pick which cards you want to keep,
That's
which is
true.
not that bad. But after the legwork, you're probably down a couple cards.
Yep.
Oh, maybe not. Depends.
So 3 accesses, we get a Reclamation, a Biotic, and an Interns.
Oh, so far so good.
So far so good. We're holding off there, which is pretty good. So this deck runs, I think, about 9 agendas. Most of them, if not all, no, there's a food in there, but they're all basically 2-pointers besides the food. So you're going to have to steal 8 agendas. And this is before the Corp can get enough money and the proper cards in hand to score this ridiculous 7-point combo.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this happen before, it is quite an exciting trick.
And what a puzzle when you're playing it. Every
such a
single
puzzle.
turn I played it and I'm like, can I score? Can I do it? Can I do it now?
Yeah.
Do I have all the pieces? Do I have enough money? And what a ride.
So Ben Blum is it's a big part of the StimHack community, and he actually has a really good. If you want to go look into this, they have a StimHack thread where he just basically says you have these cards in your hand. This is your opponent. They have these cards on your table. Can you combo out? And you try and find the most elegant solution. 2 X's on top of the R&D. That's an accelerated beta test. 2 points over already to Andy and to Eric. That's a really good early access.
Yep.
That's the kind of things you want to see early, because late game it might become impossible to
Yeah,
run.
and now he wants to see another siphon as fast as possible,
Exactly.
which is why he installed a drug dealer, and he's going to draw more until he sees the second siphon if he can.
So Eric is tagged, but I don't think CI just doesn't have the time or credits to trash resources.
Yeah,
they
not
wanna,
for now
No,
anyways.
it really doesn't matter. So I think drug dealer is good because this all you want to find in this game is multi-access, same old thing, and siphons. Another access, just going to be another combo piece. That's why I don't agree with, for example, playing the sure gamble. I don't think you need to do that. Right? You just need to draw, find same old thing, get some good accesses. We are going to poke HQ. I think there's only probably 2 cards in there that we don't know what they are. Restructure is a big deal right now. Next turn, Ben can easily take 2 cards and restructure, which will put him into good money zone.
Yeah.
This is the point where you really need to rely on the siphon.
Yeah, draw for same old things.
Yeah, you
or
need a draw
siphons.
for same old thing. That's why I think a lot of the times doing the things that you might normally do in Andy, you don't want to do right now.
Yeah, because against CI, once they have 14 credits, 15 credits, and maybe a 12 cards HQ,
Yeah.
you know that the combo might be...
It can be there, and you can't run.
Yeah, you can't run.
So to fire the combo, 1 and 2 conditions have to be met. Either you have to run, which lets the Corp play power shutdown, or the Corp basically has to either have enough cards in their hand that they can confidently power shutdown and lose their not power shutdown, but they can if they have no cards left in their deck, they can just play their combo.
Yep.
That's a really good time. They just Jackson until they're almost empty and they go for it. But it looks like we have Eric there installed the security testing. Not a card I think that matters in this matchup. And I think it's really interesting that half your deck is now useless.
Yeah, your best econ card is going to be Siphons.
Yes, and there you go. That's what needed to happen, I think, 1 turn earlier. Same old thing into account Siphon is going to drag Ben down to 10 credits.
Which is fine.
Which is okay. You can still restructure.
Yep.
But if that was the turn earlier, Ben would have been super far away from
yeah.
restructure zone. So that's kind of what you want. Looks like same old Siphon into single access. That's just a blue level clearance. Coming right off the top, I imagine. Yeah, there you go. You want to play that. And things are not looking that bad. The idea now that you're above 10 credits, whenever Ben gets siphoned, he can just riposte with single restructure. That usually does it. And once the cards start drawing in...
A single vamp would be so good against CI.
Yeah. So as Ben said before, there are a couple counters to these decks. Employee Strike is a big deal if you can usually play 1 or 2 in a row. Otherwise, Vamp is horrible. That's a really big deal. Information Sifting is also really, really, really strong against CI decks. Absolutely hilariously strong. But the absolutely brilliant thing about these CI decks is all these cards that you think would normally prevent fast advance, like Clot, or maybe some Councilmans, or Sacrificial Construct, or the Source. CI can score around.
Yeah, it's more difficult. It's a bigger puzzle, but you can get
so
around
possible.
Source or Clot.
I've recently played a game where my opponent scored between Source and 2-3 Fall Guys.
Sure.
It just keeps going. It's absurd. We have a Hopper on the table. That's a good card to install. That'll get you more draw, maybe find more siphons.
So he's gonna go more accesses in HQ or R&D for that time because he thinks that Ben doesn't have the combo pieces necessary.
Yeah, I
and he
think
wants to find the agendas or Jacksons as fast as he can.
Yeah.
Trashing Jackson is not the biggest thing because you can bring it back with interns.
Interns is a thing. But trashing Jackson, if you can trash 2 or 3 Jacksons, you're actually in an okay spot. But that's the problem with this deck, is at some point when you run, they can just combo out. And so you do need to respect that at some point, once they have enough pieces and money.
Yeah.
But it looks like single accesses are what Eric is going to go for at this point. Now, I think Eric knows almost all of these cards in hand. Because he's seen some. I think the only ones that have snuck through are the ones that came through blue level clearance.
Yeah, probably.
And maybe there's one more unknown.
Yeah, but you've seen Shipman now, so maybe Shipman was drawn.
Yeah, maybe. So single accesses are a bit dodgy. 1 credit, though, for an access might not be that bad. But I think you just need a draw. You want to find that siphon.
Yeah. And when you see Ben playing, he's checking if what pieces he needs and how many credits he needs.
Ben is super good at playing this deck. He's been doing CI combo for a while, from what I understood. It took him all the way up to second seed in the Swiss, which is incredibly impressive. And it looks like we're going to Jackson back into the server and protect it with an ice. I'd be pretty confident that's something like a Quandary, just because that's actually safe with the passport.
Sure.
But these decks don't run big ice. I think the biggest ice they run is maybe a Turing, and that's only 1 credit for passport. We hit another siphon, and the credits are going to slide over to the left side.
Again.
You need to land all those siphons, because you can't ever stop the CI combo. The best you can do is slow down while you try and get accesses and try and build some dig.
Or play Employee Strike.
Double Employee Strike is, I think,
if
what
you manage, because he can get through Employee Strike while scoring an agenda. Or
single access with Desperado is good. It's making money, and not only that, is an efficiency committee off the top into Vitruvius.
Oof.
This is getting a bit out of hand. 6-0 is not that big of a problem in this deck, considering that you usually go from 0 to 7 in 1 turn. But 8 credits is probably not enough to fire your combo.
No, not at that point.
Not
he
at
needs
this
more.
point.
And he also needs to play Econ, because if he draws only 8 cards...
8 cards. Sometimes you do need to have little credits so you can discard certain cards you want into in your archives.
But you need at least maybe 10 credits for combo?
10, 11. I think 11 is the best. Usually around 11 is what I've been told to be scared about.
Okay.
But probably not enough cards in hand. The good thing about Criminal, though, is you can usually go on the cheaper end of your combos just because you generally don't have to avoid things like Clot and Sacrificial Construct. So we're back up at 12. We are getting to a really dodgy part. But Eric there on the left, he is going to see cards. He's getting money for accesses, which is just a bonus. I don't think money actually matters in this matchup.
Oh, he's at 17 right now.
Single access is going to be another vanilla. That is a new piece of ice that really helped CI 7-point combos. Not spending money on ice is huge. And I don't know, maybe you get some access on HQ. Jackson did draw up.
Yeah.
Some cards in there.
But I think that's a bad matchup for Ben Blum. He probably
Siphon's
did
bad.
Exactly.
Well, it depends.
It's really good against Wizard because there's nothing to trash, and if you run and they're at 14 credits, that's it.
You can usually fire, and that's why CI combo has shown up in the meta. Is that it does have such a good Wizard matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
You can install medium and you can start digging, and that could be a problem. But they are running Cyberdex Fire Suite, so that might not go on forever. Running ice like Turing is good because you can't use Faust on it, and it's honestly a very favorable matchup, and I think that's Ben has gone really far. But at this point, it matters how long he can hold off. A single access in 11 is going to be a hedge fund.
That's a lot of card on HQ to poke for single accesses.
But that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Were you not playing at Nationals when they were playing Kill CI? I heard you had a fun casino game.
Yeah, for sure. But that was a legwork, so.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Another access is in Archive Memories. So I think we've probably seen more than half of the cards in HQ already. And we're just looking for a single agenda will seal the game. And now Ben's thinking if he can fire his combo. You need to look for all the parts. I don't know. I don't think we've seen a shutdown as of yet.
That's what's crazy about CI. Is that it might have been game.
I know.
But I think you need to have at least one agenda or a couple cards that you can install. I know you need a couple cards that you can install. I don't know exactly what pieces you need, but I know he needs to throw down the cards with a shipment that installs 3 cards.
Yeah.
That's why Eric is poking so hard at HQ, because you don't want assets or agendas to show up.
I don't think there's any assets besides Jackson.
No, yeah, exactly. But Jackson is already on the table.
Yeah.
But now he's just checking for agendas, because for a combo you need agendas.
Yeah, no, you can get away with agendas and archives. It's just difficult. That's the thing is this deck can recover and combo from some really strange situations as long as there's enough money.
Yeah.
Because at some point you can just keep playing Biotic.
Yeah.
And then get unlimited, not unlimited, but a lot of clicks. So we'll see how things go. We're going to keep Jacksoning up. We know there's a hedge fund in hand, and I think he just drew one agenda. There's a Vitruvius hanging out over there. You could also go for the risky. I don't know actually if you can do that. You can't throw an agenda to archives.
I think he might be there for next turn if the runner runs. I think that might be it. Like the agenda that he needed, maybe.
Yeah.
Like efficiency committee is okay because you can install it if you trash it, but like he needs to have at least one agenda.
This is looking about like combo time. 16 credits and that much of your deck in your hand usually can do it. There's some other problems here. In theory, like a nice pull-up could show up and destroy Jackson. That could be problematic. We'll see. A single axis is going to be a power shutdown. That is a big deal. We are now very close to a combo if that happens. A run has fired, and a shutdown could happen. So it looks like we can check HQ.
He needs to find an agenda now. He knows it. He ran.
He really does.
He sees a power shutdown. Jackson is on the board.
Yeah.
You have nothing? No answer? Like that... One, how many cards is that? 16 or something?
I think it's about 16. Yeah, I don't know if he discarded last turn, but it looks around 16. A single axis is going to be a reuse. That's a really nice card. That's how you recover from Vamp. Actually, Vamp is not that big of a deal against reuse. And it looks like we're going in again. That's for a free access, and if you find like a Jackson, that's good. If you find an agenda, that's really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else you can do, and that's what it comes down to. It comes to lucky accesses
that's
when you're playing as criminal.
No legwork, no multi-access.
No medium, no maker's
if
eye.
only he had the turning wheel before.
Turning wheel is a huge deal in this matchup,
so
but he is tagged. And a single axis is the Vitruvius.
1 in 16, no agendas.
1 in 16. That is absolutely absurd.
Wow.
8-point combo. That is a decisive criminal win, and you know what? That's going to take Eric to losers finals. Ben Blum, I'm afraid, is out at this point.
Yeah,
which is really unfortunate to see. After the elimination, because of the double access, is really sad to see him go like this. But I think we probably next turn would have been Combo Town.
I'm pretty sure it would.
Yeah. Well. Wow, thanks so much for watching.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Shame we couldn't see the combo fire, but well played to both of them. And hey, stay tuned. We'll have losers finals coming up.
Okay, see ya. Ciao.